Hello everybody, this is Yael from Yael Alchemy, and I'm here to bring you the weekly twin flame reading for April 2 to the 8th. Okay, happy Easter everyone. It's Easter here already, and I'm sure it's Easter where you are too. And we are right in the midst of a resurrection gateway, which is also helping us transform all those light codes, and now even water codes. We're being given water codes also right now to help the planet ascend into a 5D template and stabilize there. And there's been a lot of hype about the event. Okay, and I don't know if you've heard about it. It's been going on for some time, but it's slated to occur well, it has occurred already. It has begun, that first wave of ascension. I think my past videos talk about that. But this is still an ongoing process. And while there is huge influx of light that is coming in, and is continuously coming in, I should say rather, this is going to go on for the next 2 months until about the end of spring, wherein we're going to have a much bigger wave of ascension coming. So right now, this is like sort of like prep work, or just trying to incorporate these new energies. Okay, I will be speaking more about that, but I do want to get to the reading because I also want to see how the current energies are and how this event is actually affecting the divine masculine and the divine feminine. Okay, because there have been various reactions, and we'll see if the cards reflect that. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck, we have here, excuse me, the Ace of Wands. And again, this is a creative new beginning. You can see here that the Ace is ready to create. And what are we creating? We are creating the Earth's ascension into a planet that is in the 5D template. Okay, the grid work has been done, but now we have to incorporate those energies into those into actually where twins are situated. That's why sometime towards the end of last year, 2017, there was a lot of movement for twins. Okay, we were being sent to different places. In fact, I had been sent to the United States at the time, and I feel it was also to give support, because there was a lot of fear-based emotions there, whether it comes to policy, whether it comes to politics, and needed support there. But other twins have been sent also to other places, because that's just in my case, in other places, so that you can it's like assume your positions for this particular event that has just occurred and is still ongoing. Okay, because you're conduits. You receive this light and then you amplify it, just like here, the Ace of Wands, and we are all helping in this creation. And the next card that we have here is the Justice card. See, because what we want to create is even for ourselves and our twins and the planet, is one that is in balance. Okay, whether within oneself, whether it is your twin being in balance, because it all leads to the manifestation of your union right now. Okay, if you've been on the twin flame journey for a while, you understand that this is the path. Okay, and here we see here balance of the world card, to come into completion, at least this wave. Okay, so here, and the next card is the Lover's card. Okay, and that is the reunion card. Okay, not only the reunion card, it speaks of basically resurrecting that love in your reality now. Okay, so there. Those are the general energies right now. Creation, bringing things into balance, especially here on the planet, in order for the unity consciousness to get properly anchored, not which would be manifested not only in your relationships, but also in everything around you. Okay, so there. Okay, let's get on with the cards of the Divine Masculine. For the Divine Masculine, first card we have for him is the Prince of Wands. And this is quite a beautiful card because this really confirms the illumination of the Divine Masculines at this point. They have come into balance, especially with this, it's like divine assistance with all this light coming in. And you can see here, there has been a theme of actually what has been appearing for the collective is all in this card. There has been a theme of rainbows, everybody seeing rainbows, and then there's also unicorns. A lot of people are tapping into unicorn energy right now to bring healing to the planet. And then there are also lions, okay? And if either of these three symbols appear to you in your everyday life, then it is a message, it is a sign. Because here the Divine Masculine is harnessing all these three. The rainbow bridges what they know in the spiritual world to be true, and anchoring it in the physical world. The rainbows act as a bridge. And right now, because we have this massive influx of light codes, and also, like I said earlier, water codes now, because we're doing it a little at a time, right? So here, this is the Divine Masculine awakened to his true purpose, to his true purpose, to his true self. And now, here he is wanting to actualize that. This is really an energy of self-actualization with the support from these energies. And that's why he's coming into his own power now. If the Divine Masculine was beset and delayed because of a lot of issues, perhaps involving guilt, shame, self-worth, well, you see, this unicorn and the unicorn energy is helping heal that and bridge that, so that the Divine Masculine right now is self-actualized or is in the process of doing so. He's finding his own voice, his own courage, and his own strength. Okay? And there. The next card for the Divine Masculine is the Four of Pentacles. Now here we see this Four of Pentacles. It's in a frame, and all these runes symbolize, they're not runes, they're just symbols. They symbolize the four elements: earth, fire, water, and air. And this is building that foundation, because it's Pentacles here. His realizations about who he is, he's bringing that down to earth and incorporating it in his daily life. And here the swan here represents that grace within the that he is doing it with. You know how actions that are done by rote are very different from actions that are done by grace. You would see it in let's say ballerinas. Okay, they're ballerinas. Let's say somebody who's just trying to learn. They can all dance, they can do the steps, but there is a certain je ne sais quoi that you see from certain performers that do whatever it is that they do with grace, and that spells so much of a difference. And right now, because the Divine Masculine is in the throes not only of his enlightenment, his awakening, but his being spurred into action. Okay, so this is a very important card that we have here for the Divine Masculine, because the action that he's being spurred into doing is that of establishing heaven on earth. Okay, what he knows to be true above, he's bringing it down below. Okay, and is doing it with grace, meaning that he's not rushing into it, because there is certain beauty, whether it comes from divine timing, making sure that he's getting the right opportunities, and all this will come because of this assistance that he has, not only from the current energetic fields that we are exposed to right now, but also his spiritual team, okay, helping him and giving him those opportunities, the leeway to finally create what he deems worthy of his soul to create at this point in time. Okay, and what they're telling me right now is that his priorities have shifted, and this is also good news, because if before the Divine Masculine was sort of stuck and he very rooted into his situation, unwilling to move, this is the energy that will move him to create something new. Okay, and the next card for the Divine Masculine, yeah, here. Okay, is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords, see, this is the energy I was talking about earlier on. The one wherein he could not move, because that's the Eight of Swords. And most of the time, this has been a mental block for him. Whether he's saying that he couldn't move forward towards the Divine Feminine because it's too complicated, because it's going to cause a lot of pain to his current situation, or simply that, you know, he could not expose himself to that kind of rejection, and even to the point of really belittling his self-worth, that he couldn't do it, that he wasn't worthy of the Divine Feminine. All these mental blocks, all these restrictions, all these limitations that he has created for himself. And that's what has to be let go. Because here, the Four of Pentacles, and it falls below the Four of Pentacles, this is rebuilding on a stable foundation. Okay, and sometimes this is also, when the Four appears, this is also being clingy to those things that are, that kept him stuck, basically. And look, these are the energies that the Prince of Wands energy will trump. This is the moving forward. This is what he has already reconciled within himself. Okay, and of course, I have to say a caveat, okay, because it also depends on the journey, the personal journey that your Divine Masculine is taking. But for the collective, this is the trajectory, okay? We'll check out this last card for the Divine Masculine. Okay, this is Nine of Pentacles, and this is indeed coming into his own power. You see the Prince of Wands there. This is the moving forward, because everything here, this is a convergence of all things, wherein finally he finds himself in a good place. You see this black tiger here, and that's a very rare animal. And yet, the Divine Masculine has achieved something that has been, how do you say it, very elusive, very rare. It almost reminds me of the snow leopards in Tibet. Okay, sighting one is very rare. In fact, it's highly sought after by photographers, even by the Nat Geo photographers, and it's considered a real prize or a badge of honor if they can take a picture of a snow leopard in the wild. Okay, but anyway, this is a black tiger, and I was just reminded of that because here, the Divine Masculine, you can see his 9 stars here, the 9 pentacles. And I remember that I gave a reading, I think, a couple of weeks ago about the missing pentacle and that the Divine Masculine would be providing that. Well, here he is. So there is a completion of sorts, but completion in the sense that he has everything he needs for his own self-actualization. And now he wants to bring that into the physical. Okay? So in a sense, it's not yet complete because he still has to bridge that. Okay? Bridge that into something that is manifested. And for those, so this falls under, like I said, the Prince of Wands. And that's him moving forward because he's got what he needs to manifest. He was able to let go of all these things that are holding him back. That's for some. But for a selective part of the collective, you know, because we also read the cards this way, they're still here in this energy. We're in there assessing. They're still in an evaluation type of energy, wherein they're trying to figure out what's holding them back, why things are not moving in their life, what's missing. Okay. And really, why are they in this situation? But that's also a good thing because that's where the journey starts. You ask why. Why this? Why that? Why am I not happy? Why am I not more abundant than I think I should be? Why am I just feeling empty inside? Despite the fact that he may be with his karmic, he may have kids, he may have a family, despite all outward appearances. Why? And that is what the Divine Masculine, a part of the collective, is asking themselves. And this is also a big step because, as the Prince of Wands says, this is what will make them move forward. And that's a good thing. Okay, and the card for the Divine Masculine, let me put this in order. See here, we have the 9 of Cups. And the 9 of Cups is wishes fulfilled. And what I'm getting is that, look, sometimes a lot of, this is more like the wishes of their higher self fulfilled. You know, because your higher self ultimately wants the highest good for you, what's best for you, for your soul to evolve in this lifetime. And here, after much prodding, urging, giving a lot of signs, messages, you know, it's like poking them on the side to wake up. Finally, it's here. And that's why this is the 9 of Cups, the wishes fulfilled card. Because as far as, you know, igniting a fire under them so that to get them moving, well, this is the time that it's going to get them moving. Okay? Okay, let's move on to the Divine Feminine. First card we have for the Divine Feminine is the 10 of Cups. And here we have a scene, a couple, a very happy scene with their child and surrounded by rainbows. And what Spirit is telling me right now is this is being embraced by all this light that we are being bombarded with, still continuing to do that, and trying to best incorporate it in our realities. Okay, and the next card we have here is the 3 of Swords. Okay, I get this now. Okay, you know what? This is what I was going to discuss earlier, and it's appeared in the cards already. So yeah, usually I kind of wait for the cards because not only is it confirmation of what I was about to say, because sometimes it it goes in reverse order. I say it and then the cards are there. And sometimes before I actually say it, I'd like confirmation, and this would be it. Because look, there's some of the divine feminines right now are actually, number one, being bombarded by challenges, whether that's physical challenges, meaning experiencing ascension symptoms all over again, body pains, aches, flare-ups. That's a whole part, because your DNA is changing, your body structure is changing. You are shifting into the crystalline version of you, and things have to change, and a lot of things will crop up physically, and that is causing this hardship, this pain, for a lot of the divine feminines. That's number one on the physical side. In fact, a lot of you will feel very exhausted. And I have felt this in the past couple of days, wherein I haven't doing anything much, but the body urges you to rest. And when that happens, you have to listen to your body, because it is in a state of rest. That's why sleep is also very, very important, because that's a time wherein the body resets, rejuvenates, and the body is genius enough to know how to take care of itself. So during this period, okay, wherein a lot of light is passing through us, and there are internal changes. Okay, we have our light bodies and we have our crystalline template. We're shifting to that. There will be a lot of physical reactions that you have no choice but to go through it, okay? And knowing why you're going through it makes you go through it with this grace, okay? With grace. Okay, that's one thing. And the other thing is that, okay, some divine feminines, because there's a lot of chatter on social media about the event, and how a lot of people's vibrations are very high, and some divine feminines who don't see the outward manifestation of that yet being in 3D, they will feel a disconnect, it's like a discordant note, okay, wherein, it's kind of feeling that, they're out of tune because everybody else like this, like that. But why is it that in my reality, things are still chaotic? But what they're showing me right now is things still all up in the air and just, still settling down. So because there is this change that's going on, and most of the time it is going to happen internally first, and then it's going to, when all that has settled down, and the reason that there is this is because it hasn't settled down yet. We're still in the process of doing so, of incorporating all this, of getting new information. And so this discord that you see in your realities, and what you see on social media, the chatter on social media, that's creating this feeling for some divine feminines. But the thing is, when it comes to these ascension waves, especially the event wherein this huge ascension wave is underway, okay, because it's happening right now. this is going to help you access other dimensions. And how you feel, how you know, it's going to affect the, okay, let me say this properly. The gravity, okay, the of how it affects one in the physical life, in 3D, uh, also depends on how stable you are in 5D. Because right now, last week there was a withdrawing, okay, because that withdrawal of the divine feminine and the divine masculine, okay, was to help get others on board this wave. Because you have to understand, the divine feminine has, several steps ahead. At least some of the collective, a lot of the collective, I should correct myself. Okay? And then, so the more stable you are in 5D, the less you will feel the after effects of this. Okay? Because even if in your reality things are a bit chaotic, plans are going awry, and that's you can blame it on the Mercury retrograde or what, but the thing is, you can shift very fast and it doesn't affect your vibration. It doesn't pull you down as much because you know and you understand that this is all part of the change. It takes minutes to snap back into whatever dimension you'd like to vibrate in energetically. Okay? So that's why, hence the Three of Swords there. Wait, did I say everything? That was the second. I know there was a third, but I may remember it later on and I'll mention it, okay? Okay, and the next, this is related to the third that I was going to mention. Here we have the Princess of Pentacles. So here, this is related because the Princess of Pentacles, she's Earth of Earth, meaning she grounds all these things. And look, this is the difficulty that the Divine Feminine is feeling in grounding all these energies that are being brought by, okay, let's call it the event and this ascension wave, okay, by the event. Here, this is the difficulty that she's having in grounding all of these in 3D. And that's what she has to go through. Because here, the Princess of Pentacles, she's actually, she harnesses all of these things. And that is the role of the Divine Feminine right now, to harness all these energies, all these light codes that are being given, and to actualize them. Okay? But right now, it's not even that actualization and manifestation that we are focused on at this time. Now it's just focusing on distinguishing what is being given and what is being reflected here in 3D, so that you remain in a state of high vibration, to transmute that as soon as that lower vibration comes. Because you have to make yourself clear. And I've been saying this a lot of times, that if you are a light worker or a starseed or a twin flame that is in mission, you have an accountability to be the clearest channel possible. Okay, and this also relates to this, because right now we are conduits of this light that is being given, for the benefit of, ourselves, humanity, the planet's ascension. And here, we're grounding that. And that's why all this difficulty is being, presenting itself. Okay? The thing is not to get locked into that energy. Just keep going. And know that it's like you're a converter. Okay, let's say in the Western Hemisphere, all the outlets are 110 volts. If you go to Southeast Asia, everything else is 220. And we need that converter, especially if you have appliances. You bring appliances from abroad, you need that converter, the transformer. And we are the transformers right now. All the light workers, all the twin flames, all the star seeds. Because not only are we incorporating this light from the event, we are also incorporating energies from our intergalactic family. A lot of star seeds are now are coming into their knowing that they are such. And this is beyond the media hype of UFOs and, trying to spot aliens here and there. Our intergalactic family, they're also helping anchor this into the planet. This is part of a long-term plan by the Intergalactic Brotherhood of Light, really to help assist. And this is the time when they're coming. And, some are expecting aliens to appear, some are on the lookout, but really what you have to sense is their energy. Okay? And if you keep in higher vibration, you will actually know if they're present. And like the Arcturians, if you need healing, they're one of the quickest, fastest ones to respond. And they will multiply your light quotient by 100% if you ask. Okay? But this energy is being available to us because in the new earth, okay, all our technology is going to be obsolete because folks will have appreciated and valued what energy can do. And that's one of those things that we're trying to anchor. But right now, the divine feminines, they're the transformers of the energy that, it's very fast. What they're showing, it's very, very fast. And you have to translate that because this is a very dense planet. And you're getting all that difficulty because, it's coming in so fast and you have to convert that, transform it. Okay, so that is by way of explanation of what the divine feminines are going through. And here, see, the last card here is the Seven of Wands. And this is a card actually of defense. Guarding your boundaries. And you see here the theme, the lion is also appearing. It's mirroring this courage of the divine masculine here. And the divine feminine, on the other hand, she is fending off everything that will interfere with this very important and crucial mission of hers, what she has to do at this time. And this is also the aspect that helps her keep her high vibration. She knows, I was talking about the lion energy here, okay, because she knows what she has to fend off, what will interfere with her mission right now, what will interfere with her energies, and very vigilant when it comes to that. Because here, this is her mission right now, to bring this Ten of Cups, this ascension wave, to have it successfully anchor here, and to pave the way for it, because we are way showers. But not only that, we ground crew. We prepare the ground, and we have been doing that. And now that, the ground has been prepared for all this influx of energy, here, what we're doing right now is converting it, transforming it. And here, this also goes into not only the light workers, but also the light warriors. Remember, there was a spate, possibly I think sometime February or March, wherein it was like the attack of the dark forces, wherein light and dark, on various platforms, okay, were going head on. When I say various platforms, that will rear its head in different ways for each of us, on a personal level, on a political level, on a global level. Just remember, it all goes from micro to macro. And here, now that we've had this I can't find, I can say it in my language. I'm trying to find the word. Well, okay, support, okay? It's rest back in my language, but it's support from the divine and from the frequencies right now, all this light that's coming in. And we've managed to gain a foothold over all that has been holding us back. And that's why there is this very fierce, courageous to stand your ground, because you've gotten ahead already. And this is a very good thing, and it's a reminder to stand your ground. This is a very crucial time for all of us, to, especially the divine feminine, okay, to keep the gains that you've had throughout this journey. Because here, after this transformation period, that's when the booster mode will come in after. And that's going to affect your relationships, your manifestation. But now we have a job to do. And that has to be the focus. Okay, and the card for the divine feminine here we have the Eight of Cups. See, and this also points to leaving that old earth behind, the old templates, the old way of viewing things, of living, leaving that behind and creating something new. You can see there is a crevice here in the middle, but in the middle, that's where the tree is growing, and it's reaching out for the moon, and the moon here is representative of the divine feminine. Okay, and look, the divine feminine here is represented by the tree. She's the one filling all these gaps. And that's what you're doing right now. It's like getting all the light that you can and then expanding it. It's like what they're showing me is, you know how when they're trying to find something inside of you in your body, and you get injected with a dye so that all your veins show up in a different color, it's like that, except that this is light, and you're trying to inject it in wherever. You're supposed to inject it within your sphere of influence in whatever way you can. Okay, and that's actually the very simple part. Because if you're true to yourself as a light worker, whether you're meant to dish out lessons, where you're meant to receive lessons so that others can learn, then as well, all you have to do is just be yourself. And be as authentic as possible, the embodiment of the divine feminine in your sphere of influence. So here's the divine feminine filling all these gaps so that old earth, the old way of living, can be left behind. Okay, so I'm going to pick a card for both the divine masculine and the divine feminine. See, lovely. We have here the King of Cups. And it's like all this is brought to you by unconditional love. Okay? This is the energy and the emotion that caters to all equally. Okay? This is unconditional love for the planet. This is the why you are going through all of this. Learning how to live from the heart, not just the mind, and teaching that way of living to others. Okay? So that's what I have for you this week. Of course, since it is still spring, it's springtime already, I still have that the Spring Equinox blessing, which is the blooming blessing, up on the site. Do check that out, because if you feel that things have remained dormant and stagnant for you lately, then this is a good blessing to have. It has been facilitated by Ascended Master Amaryllis, who is really, she oversees Spring Equinox, okay? And spring, basically. So this is a time for new beginnings. Right now we have a job to do, and a lot of divine feminines are doing it, standing their ground, okay, while the divine masculine moves forward, charging ahead now with wanting to self-actualize. Okay, so that's what I have for you this week. Take care, everyone. And for those who feel they need personal readings, and I offer some stuff in the energetic toolbox. Just check out my website or my Facebook page, and maybe I can help you. Okay, take care, everyone. Bye.